Good afternoon. Happy Super Bowl Sunday. Hey, there's a couple things that I think we need to talk about. First of all, a couple housekeeping items. First of all, let me know if you're having problems putting up any of your files, whether those be videos, which we'll go ahead and put on the YouTube channel. I'll make sure the instructions are up so you know how to do that. Also, files, you can go ahead and we'll just, as you turn in your assignments, those Word documents and whatnot can go in there. And if you're using XD, we can go ahead and put those in there. I will probably be doing something on XD in the next week or so, set up a tutorial. In the meantime, if you want to go onto Adobe, they have some really good stuff there. Let's see, okay, so look, we're coming up on the drop date, and so you need to turn any back assignments in. So we've had the quiz on the syllabus, we've had the U video, and that should be uploaded by now. You've had to make comments on that video, and we've also had the first reading, which allows you to do a video presentation or write it up. But we need to get those in, so I can go ahead and you know, if you're not going to, so we can kind of watch the drop date. Remember, we have at least one thing that has to be turned in each week. This is a check-in thing. This is so that we can show that you are attending regularly. Right now I'm working on a chat function, so we should be able to go ahead and actually do chats, and we'll set it up. So I'm not really sure how this works, whether I have to be on Canvas or not, whether I can do it through my phone or however. Remember too that you can always contact me by phone, email, use the one through Canvas. I check it every day. I'll try to get back to you as soon as I possibly can. And let's see. Okay, moving on. The next reading is on audience. Okay, this is a huge piece of the communication process. We're going to have two parts. And the first part is going to be this week, and I'll be putting up something. And instead of having you, I'll be putting up the prompts in quiz. So you can just go ahead, and my suggestion is that you write them in Word, copy paste them into the quiz, and then that seems to be the best way to do it right now. As we go along, we'll see if we can find other things. Part 2 will be in a week or so. Anyway, audience is a very important part of communication. It's what our message needs to go to someone, and usually our message is very specific towards an audience. Audience also commands the, you know, how we encode something, how we go ahead and what medium we choose. So it's very important. The effectiveness of your communication depends on, you know, how you choose your audience and how you're going to do that. Places like Google are making, and Facebook of course, are making millions of dollars targeting audiences for advertisers. Let's see. Okay, in this reading we're going to look at how a person experiences culture, education, etc., and how these influence how they receive that message. How your audience perceives and reacts to your message depends on a couple of things like top-down processing, where we already have a knowledge base. In other words, we're already kind of familiar with it. If you're buying a car, you already have that knowledge base. You know what kind of an engine you want, what kind of a transmission you want. You got all that. So that's top down. So when we look at ads, when we're looking for cars, we're looking for those specific things. When you do a Google search, a lot of times too, you will actually go ahead and scan until you find something that fits the parameters of your knowledge base, and then you go on from there. The other way we can look at this is from what they call the bottom up, and that's when you're introducing a new project or a product that people might not be familiar with. You're going to have to figure that they're going to be looking at your background and everything, how you put it together. You're going to be helping them form that knowledge base. Where your process is either top down or bottom up, and so this reading will go over that a lot. There's a lot more information on how we perceive these messages in these next two readings. The assignment for this week will be located in the quiz section, like I mentioned, and will consist of 3 questions. You will be responsible for 1. The last names that start through A through G will answer question number 1. Last names that start with H through P will answer question number 2. And last names that start with Q through Z will answer number 3. For this assignment, your response will be written and should be over 300 words because this is fairly in-depth. Anyway, your deadline, I will have that on your assignment sheet. Well, that's it for now. Enjoy your Super Bowl. Talk to you later. Bye.